Ahoy, mateys and gentlemen, I'm Captain Thorn, and thank you for joining me for From the Depths. We're in the middle of some winter wonderland weather now, as we're pushing on in our Onyx Watch campaign, trying to take on some of the easier tiles before our reinforcements arrive. I've been listening to some of our viewer suggestions, and one thing which has struck me as very important is building a lamb's ship to help protect against the Onyx Watch's cram cannons. So, I've put together a little prototype called the Redemptor, and we're going to work on building that first. But it's going to take some time, so I'll join you for some battles before the ship is built. The first tile we're going to attack is this, the Avalanche Outpost, but it's got a small force guarding it, consisting of a Clydesdale and a Culvern. We'll take them out first, then the village will be ours. I don't feel overly threatened by these sailing ships the Onyx Watcher has. There's still a large number of cram cannons on this. That's what we need the lamb ship for, but it just hasn't been built yet. I have no idea why those torpedoes, those harpoon torpedoes, were in the air. Just from the depths things, I guess. Ironbreaker's on the approach. Is that Death Roller gonna get to do some damage? Yes. Oh, but it stopped working. Oh, the Death Roller's been broken, but the damage has been done. Up close and personal, those cram cannons are just going to shred it. The side of that ship has been sorely torn into, and I'm dead. Let's head back to the Ironbreaker, try and get some repairs done. Get that Death Roller fixed. Or maybe... Well, hello. I happen to have landed on you. This is awkward. Please don't kill me. Well, I'm here, I might as well do some work. Or not. It's a sorry sight. The side of that thing is gone. Torpedoes coming in from the Rathlos. We seldom see them, but we see the work they do. I think it's all over.
Receiving. Moving now.
Our next step is to be repair up and then take on this poor village. Having listened to the advice of some of my subscribers, I've now actually fitted the Ironbreaker with a shield in front that activates during combat to try and protect it. Hopefully it'll survive better against some of the Onyx Watch ships. But for now, this is just going to be carnage. With the village quickly destroyed, it's time to build a satellite in the area to try and find more victims. Tell us what you see, precious. Well, the first and scariest thing I see is a very large Onyx Watch force coming in to tackle us. I'm not exactly sure what a Defiant is. I don't know what catapults and grendels are, and I have no idea what consists a glaive. But all I know is that there are 3 armies on their way to take us out. Are we gonna be able to fend them off? Well, I suppose that's what we're gonna have to find out this episode. Join me again when the situation updates. It seems like the Defiants, the largest force the Onyx Watch has, are heading up to reinforce this tile, so that takes them out of the picture. I may have spoken too soon. The Defiants are coming back for us, and we're gonna have to take them on.
Moving now. Moving now.
They've dropped off some of their forces in this tile, the fools. They'll never stand a chance now. With the catapult and the glaive closing fast, and this other force on their tail, we're gonna have to try and take out these Defiants before the reinforcements get in. Can we do it? Let's find out. I see. The Defiants are small little sailing ships. Well, I wonder how this is going to turn out. Looks like the large number of them is really causing my game a bit of slowdown. I might have to tweak the settings in the future to try and avoid this. Looks like this one fell victim to a Rathalos. Cannons from the Ironbreaker there, just wiping out the ship in one shot. Not quite getting a repeat of the same results, but just a single shell took out half the ship. Don't make your ships 90% cram cannons, ladies and gentlemen. With that done, we should have just enough time to take out this 30-strong tile again before the enemies get in with their reinforcements. They used to be Defiants, which we know we can tackle, but they may no longer be the Defiants that we once knew. What are we up against this time?
Moving now.
They've become 3 Telemachus and a Winter's Day. Well, I have no idea what that flagship might be, but I don't feel threatened by the other 3. Here's their flagship, the Winter's Day. I think this battle might be over all too quickly. All this up-close and personal brawling with the Onyx Watch really makes me very happy. This is what the Reivers live for. Winter's Day is already down, and just one tiny Telemachus is left, being picked on from all sides. That battle's done, but the catapult and glaive are moving on, our little resource outpost here. We need to get there in time to stop them. Since they move at only 4 meters per second, we managed to get there ahead of them. And we're gonna force them to bring the battle to us, to try and avoid pulling in any reinforcements from here, or particularly these very heavily reinforced tiles here. I would like to bring in my lamb ship for some of these fights, but unfortunately, it's still not done. Getting there slowly but surely. Which is also part of the reason why I haven't been able to build more subscriber craft yet. We simply do not have the materials to fuel them. But worry not, once we start picking up some of these Onyx Watch outposts, we'll be able to build up our fleet more and more. The cannons on the catapults scare me, but the iron breaker's getting to work straight away. Lots of firepower coming in here. Ooh. There we go. That's the devastating power of the catapult. Sent the iron breaker flying. Cram cannon looks like it's still intact though. The iron breaker is not defenseless yet. There we can see that shield doing some work. Thank you for all those who made that suggestion. You may have just saved the iron breaker. The iron breaker is getting up close now, but that's where the catapult is at its most dangerous. Ironbreaker having some trouble in that it is now seeking to try and get its nose right under the water. I thought I had solved this problem back in testing, but it seems like we're not quite there yet. I'll have to get it to pitch up at the nose a little bit more. The cannon on the catapult is now just about useless. This funny looking ship, what's it called? The Glaive. It's got a LAM system that's really cutting our missile and cram capacity, but we'll see what we can do. Cram shells look like they're still getting through, regardless. Many of you have suggested I include a ship with a smoke cannon, and it is a fantastic suggestion, but unfortunately it's just gonna have to wait. We're still working on other priorities. It'll get in there, don't you worry. I'll take all your suggestions on board. I really appreciate your help. Death roller getting in there. Not quite as effective as the crane on the Cutthroat ever was, but... well, we just love tearing things apart. Ironbreaker's decided it's going to shoot at the catapult instead of the ship directly in front of it. I'm not sure what's wrong with your targeting there, fella. I do think it has targeting priority for very close targets, but even so, it must really consider that glaive to be no threat at all. One of our knife heads is apparently in the sea. What happened to you? Taken a lot of damage at the front. That shouldn't be enough to get you in the water. No matter. Oh, it's lost a rear section as well. There we go. That explains it. Other knife heads still in the air. Rathlos is invincible in the water. Only their work can be seen. Not much is left of this catapult. It's in a sorry state now. This battle's dragging on, and I think it's just about won. So let's call it a victory here. With that, we managed to successfully defend our territory from the first of the Onyx Watch reinforcements. But we know there's still more coming in terms of this 11th army, which appears to be going to reinforce this 150 strength tile, which I'm fairly confident cannot happen, so that'll be coming after us before too long. They're also sending another army down in terms of a mule, a stockade, a telemachus, and a glaive. It looks like it's heading down to take out, oh no, to reinforce this tile here, but I'm sure we'll intercept it long before it ever gets there. As expected, the 11th army is turning to come and attack us, but they're in for a nasty surprise because a second Ironbreaker is coming to join the party. Sadly, Lamb's ship still down here in the bottom shipyard, almost complete, but it's simply not going to be done in time for this battle. Our second Ironbreaker has arrived just in time because the enemy is at our gates. Time to drive them back and show them that this is Reaver territory now. Two Ironbreakers. Merry Christmas, Onyx Watch. Looks like those EMP missiles have really shut this thing down already. It's already AI dead. So is the catapult. Oh, this is a massacre. Glorious carnage. It's over already. Far too soon. And with that defense of our lands, I'm afraid I am all out of time for today. We have taken on a huge fleet of Onyx Watch reinforcements, and more just keep coming and coming. But we've managed to reinforce our own forces, plus we've got a new Lamb ship coming up, which I suppose will have to be revealed next time. But until then, thank you very much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for your continued support. I'm Captain Thorn, and this was From the Depths. I'll see you next time.